Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. My project today is a relatively large box. It is 4x4 square by 1 inch. And when you open it up, like this, inside it has a box of the tiny conversation hearts, which I saw these at Target, and I think they were $3.99 for 8 or 10 of them in a package. And then some Hershey Kisses. Alrighty, but you can put whatever treats in here you like. I'm using the Country Bouquet stamp set again. Now this time I'm not using the punch. I'm using these two images together that make this pretty heart. Sorry, I hit the camera there. I also used the stylish shapes dies for the actual square around the heart and the sentiment. Alrighty. Okay, I just wanted to remind you that it is Celebration, so every $50 that you spend, you get a free product from Stampin Up. This is my host code. Please put that in if you're going to spend under $150. And also there's joining bonuses. Now you can spend $129 and you will get the mini cutting machine, which is 3 inches. You can cut dies up to 3 inches, and they give you the plates for it also, which I have to say a lot of my dies, most of them are under 3 inches, so it's a nice machine. So in the specials, you can get either the white machine or the blue machine if you join for $129, plus you get $175 worth of product. Okay, and then if you don't want the cutting machine, it's $99 for $175 worth of product. It is under no obligation. You can just do it for the 3 months, get the 20% discount for 3 months and stop, or you can continue. Alrighty, if you have any questions about that, my email is below, and also I have a link below on where to join. Alrighty, so what we need for this project is some basic white for stamping. We need a piece of Balmy blue that is 10.5 by 7. 2 pieces of the Country Floral Lane DSP that are 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And a piece of the Country Gingham DSP that I put behind the square that is, I forgot to write that down, 3 by 3. Alrighty, this square here is, that I cut with the stylish shapes dies, is about 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So the 3 by 3 fits nicely behind it. Alrighty, so let me get my Simply Scored. Okay, and we're going to start on the 10.5 inch side. And we score both sides the same. Alright, 10.5 inch side, we're going to score at 1/2, 1.5, 5.5, and 6.5. Then we're going to turn it to the 7 inch side, and we're going to score at 1/2, 1.5, 5.5, and 6.5. Okie doke. Okay, now I'm going to fold and burnish all of the edges. Alrighty. Okay, how I have this sitting here is there's skinny rectangles on the top, the bottom, and the left-hand side. Okay. And this is what we're going to do. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to start on the left-hand side. We're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line, and then get rid of those 2 pieces. There's a square and a rectangle. Go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, get rid of this rectangle on the bottom, and wedge each side of the square. Okay, now we're going to go to the other side, to the, the next score line, cut it to the second score line, next score line, cut it to the second score line. We're going to get rid of this rectangle on the bottom and wedge the square. Okay, now we're going to take off these two rectangles here. So if you turn it a quarter turn and go to the second score line, and then just cut it up to the first score line. And this is your flap, so I'm going to try to cut it nice and straight if I can. Okay, and that's that side. Okay, we're going to turn it to the other side, so now our skinny rectangle is on the right-hand side. All right, we're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line, and then take these off. Oh, goodness. Oh, well, that's okay. Okay. Go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line. We're going to get rid of the rectangle on the bottom and wedge each side of the square. Go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, the next score line, cut it to the second score line. We're going to get rid of this rectangle on the bottom, wedge each side of the square, and then we're going to cut off these two pieces here. Okay. And this is what your cardstock should look like after you're done scoring it and cutting it. Okay, now I'm going to get some liquid glue. And what we're going to do on all four tabs is we're going to take the score line on the tab and connect it with this inner bigger rectangle here. Okay, connect it with the side of that, nice and straight. Alrighty, so I'll do these two first. You could put tear and tape if you want to. So I'm just going to bend this and hold that and bend this one. Bring this side down and make sure these two sides are straight together here. Okay, and then the other two. And we're going to take the score line here and match it to the other side of the same rectangle. Okay, so the score line, match it to the end of the same rectangle. It's a little awkward, so if you want to use tear and tape, it's much easier. Okay, and these are going to fold in. You can put a little dot of glue here if you want to. And that's your box. Okay, now we need our DSP, which is Country Floral Lane, and we're going to put one on the top and one on the inside the lid. Okay, and liquid glue for that also. Okay, now we'll let that dry and we're going to do some stamping. Okay, so we need our piece of basic white, and I'm using Sweet Sorbet and Mint Macaron, which is what colors are in here, along with the Balmy Blue and the Petal Pink. Alright, so the leaves, I'm going to do the Mint Macaron. I do those first. Just make sure you have enough room to cut your square out. Okay. And then Sweet Sorbet for the flowered one. And I just kind of line up where I know the holes are in the leaves, and you can kind of figure out where it goes. And there you go. Okay. And now I used the largest square from the Stylish Shapes dies, which is about 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. But I already cut that out. So we have that right here, ready to go. And now we have to do our sentiment, and I'm going to do that with Sweet Sorbet again. And it's going to say Happy Valentine's Day. Okay. And I used this from the same stamp set, and you just cover the H and the Y about the same amount, and it comes out good, just like that. I hope you can see. Alrighty, so I have both of them cut, so I'll use that for another project. Alrighty, so now we're going to take the Country Gingham DSP that is 3 by 3, and we're going to attach our image square right on top of that with liquid glue. Okay, I screwed up. I glued them on like this, my DSP. I have an opening like this, so I have to waste two. I wasted 2 pieces of my beautiful DSP, but I'm just going to glue them the right way. So when you're gluing them on, make sure that it's opening like a book. Okay? It'll be nice and thick then, right? Very thick. So there's going to be 4 layers on this piece. Okay, now we're back to where we should have been. Okay, so it opens like this. Alrighty. So what I need is to put this is a 1/8 inch hole punch, but you can put a 1/4 inch if you have that. I'm just going to eyeball it into the middle. It's going to take a lot because I have 5 sheets on here now, but let me see if I can get it. Yes, okay. There we go. Okay, so I cut my hole there, and I use the Balmy Blue and White double stitched ribbon. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my ribbon down like that. And I'm going to have the point of the ribbon go from the inside of this hole we punched to the top. Okay. Nope. All right. And then we're going to pull it around. I just want it so that the loose end is coming up through that hole. All right. I don't think I need this much, so I'm just going to pull it down a little bit. Okay. And then we're just going to tie a bow on the right side of the box. Okay, and then I'm just going to clip off the extra. All right. Okie dokie. All right, and now I'm going to get some dimensionals. And I'm going to put them in all four corners. Oops. And then one kind of in the middle on each side. Now, if I put a dimensional on this is kind of bulky ribbon, so I didn't want to put it on, but I wanted to secure this around it. Okay. Okay. And then I'm just going to put this in the middle. Oops. Okay, and then the Happy Valentine's Day is going to go on with dimensionals also. I'm going to put 3. Just so that it doesn't sag in the middle on the heart. And I'm going to put it up kind of just below the ribbon. Oops. And it's a little bit shorter than the square, so it pretty much touches the holes on both sides, the stitching holes. Alrighty, and then for the final touch, I'm going to get some Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels. And I'm going to use the small ones. I'm going to put one up here. Oops. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to put one up there, one over there, and one down here. And that's it. Okay, if you have any questions about the joining bonus or for how to order for celebration, my email is below. And the link to my shop is below also. And there's also a link to my blog that has all the measurements on it. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the time you spent. And I will see you next time. Bye.